I was just trying to look at the other ones, you know, in all of the other ones we're looking at, like the prisoners of war, and that we're looking at the victims more than talking about the acts in all of them. So I think the reason for that is so that the historical pieces and those pieces are taught in the context of the classroom versus on this particular day when it's announced over the PA system. I think that's the difference. So that those pieces can be discussed probably, I'm assuming in 7th or 8th grade at the beginning times to really dig into what the conflict was and what happened there. And that's why it's not so delineated here.
To go with the two are the 3 social studies books I looked at. They do go on and talk about, you know, the U.S. moving into Iraq and Afghanistan and capturing Saddam Hussein and things such as that. So they do go further into it within the books. But I think the purpose of information in here is just the observance of it and what occurred. And I think we're taking it maybe a little further when we identify those things, and we haven't done that. You know, identifying that Martin Luther King was assassinated by a white man from Tennessee, or, I mean, I think that we haven't recognized that in some of the others, so I think we also need to consider that.
It's really difficult. I mean, I remember when it happened, I was an elementary principal, and I had to assist teachers and, you know, students who were kindergarten through 5th grade and trying to understand what is happening, and parents were taking their kids out of school, and, you know, still, they, you know, it was very difficult to explain to them what was happening and why these people would be doing this. You know, it's so overwhelming to, I would say, anything below a 5th grade level to me is very difficult for them to understand.
The problem there is, if you truly explain why they did it because they truly believe in the religion and how they viewed it, that death to all Americans is their purpose. You can't explain that to a 4th grader.
No.
Right? Because they're just going to be scared all the time of somebody that maybe is a follower of Islam. But these were radical Muslims, and they skewed that, and the whole purpose is they believe in death to anybody that's American. So I don't know how you can cleanse that.
Right. It's got to be taught in the context of why people go to war and why, you know, it's got to be taught in the historical context.
I do like your explanation that you're looking at the victims as opposed to the perpetrators.
I don't know, you too.
I think if we say that it is still a radical terrorist, and then let the rest of it be explained within the classroom.
So this day remembers and honors those who were killed and the first responders who served due to a radical group of terrorist attacks.
No group, just radical terrorists.
Okay.
Aren't all terrorists radical? So therefore, should you just get rid of the radical, like not just a terrorist? And couldn't it just be an eco-terrorist? I mean, it sounds goofy, but kids 10 years from now have no clue. Just like my kids have no clue what an ECR is anymore. Kids 10, 15 years from now, when they celebrate this day, will have no clue what terrorists.
We'll bring it to the board in this form, and you can choose which we're going to add in. We're going to add in the portion about the
first responders
and have it as radical terrorists. Okay with that, Don? You'll have the opportunity at 4
Next, there's a new policy that we need to put into place. It's policy 832.1, and it's in response to a new state law that came into being or was approved last month, and it's regarding notification requirements for registered sex offenders who are present on school premises, and basically delineates all. Bottom line is that there's very few limited circumstances where the registered sex offenders can be on school property, and those are delineated out in policy, and the burden is on them to notify the building principal, who ultimately notifies me, and then we compile the information. And then it would be a criminal offense. If they are on school property, we haven't provided the necessary notification.
I understand we have to do that.
Yes. Any comments about it? For your first reading?